Namaste, Jai Bharat. So many stories are coming in social media these days. Quite last few weeks is coming that America's economic structure is collapsing. It's going to shut down. This American economy is shut down. This is immediately after Trump's declaration that Bharat is a dead economy. He puts China clubs with Bharat, all right, but then he says Bharat is a dead economy. And then initially when these things first I heard this news that America is shutting down, they have economic crisis. No, people are not getting salary. Many sometimes essential service people are forced to pay, forced to work without taking salary, and many are asked to quit their jobs. The American kind of economy have no job guarantee. So all these things were here, but then I don't know how serious this can be, but nonetheless people will have problems. People will have problems, and this generation of Americans are not used to such problems. They are used to inherent problems of insurgency within their minds. That is insecurity because of lack of discipline and because of lack of culture. All those things they must have experienced, but economic crisis they must have not experienced like this generation. Past generations must have. So America has this kind of problem with the story of dead economy, and there is a possibility of people going against Trump. I myself know a student of me used to be a great fan of Trump, and when he was first elected, this boy had traveled he was invited for this oath taking ceremony that time. First time, because this boy was done a lot of work, election work for him at that time. Then he was telling me that he did some puja, Chandi puja, and he carried the prasad all the way to wherever he was taking. He was traveling that time. He was calling me. He said, "Sir, I am going for this ceremony because I am invited, etc., etc." So that time he had received such support, but those supports are gone. This election, I don't think he had ever involved in elections because there was no news or message from him that he is involved in elections. Otherwise, whenever he is free, he used to tell me things. So, Trump has become very unpopular because of these policies, and unfortunately, I think he is destroying USA. It's too much to think that way, but then if you speak in terms of karma, the law of karma, as a Hindu, it immediately appeals to me as something like karma, your law of karma. See, these people have been destroying many societies all over the world, not just one place, all over the world. They have been intervening in the matters of others and actually devastating many societies, getting many people killed, the death of many people, homelessness, and children suffering, parents dying, all those things. They have been doing in different areas for what I'm sure they don't know themselves. They want to dominate. They want to make themselves as the big boss, etc. This is one thing. And probably they want to rule the whole world. This disease of ruling the whole world started with Alexander, son of Philip of Macedonia, and then you find it in Napoleon, then you find it in Hitler. This is a kind of disease to rule the world, and then they would want to rule the moon and probably cosmos. These are all some kind of irreparable disease. I would say that. Irredeemable. So this kind of attitude the nation has, and when the authorities have, they are a problem to the world, general world, others who live. So this U.S. state in particular have the history of intervening in the affairs of others, creating disturbances, causing death to a large extent, and then one of the most important things is the destruction of the Soviet Union. Of course, the former Soviet Union is not a union on the basis of any principle. except the iron chain of communism which ties them together. That's a synthetic kind of union. It's not spontaneous. So it cannot last long. So falling apart of Soviet Union was quite natural, because what kept them together is the force of communism, brutal force of communism. Otherwise, most of people have had nothing in common. But nonetheless, the destruction was actually programmed by America, and many such things, intervention. We in our nation, they themselves have a lot of complaints, though we have no proofs. I have no proofs to say the death of Lal Bahadur Shastri, former Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, all these names you take, and the death of many people, death of many scientists in our nuclear programs, in our space programs, etc. It is I don't know, but they simply don't die, or simply didn't die. Someone must have had a hand in these kind of killings, and someone else must have had a hand behind this, and someone else must have had a hand behind all these things, and then this will have to bring back karma. So possible, whosoever is responsible will have to face karma in time. So nothing is permanent in the world, as the Upanishad says, that everything is temporary, which was more brought out by Buddhist teachings of Kshanikavada, theory of momentary. So the shutting down, the standing still, etc., is happening. Maybe that's the result of what they had been sowing. As you sow, so you reap is a conclusion. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat. Jai Sri Ram.